Hey, howdy, hey, and
Tesla,
welcome.
please.
Son of a bitch! It always has to happen every week. I can't just have a normal intro. I always have to have this. Somebody,
randomness.
Somebody lube this up and shove it up my cooter, and I'll feel better.
No,
Ricky,
not
you
here.
were the first thing to say something. You have to do it.
No.
Anybody talks out of turn, that's a paddling.
Where is my paddle? Never mind. Anyways,
a paddle, that's a paddling.
I got something better than the paddle. La chancla! Beware of la chancla, motherfuckers.
Anyway, what's the subject this week?
Anyways.
I don't know.
Anyways, welcome to episode 132.
138.
What he said. Of the Shadow Kvlt podcast, as we are talking WCW SuperBrawl VIII.
WCW NWO SuperBrawl VIII.
You gotta be specific. Just like WrestleMania. Actually, it's WrestleMania X8.
It's X7 and X8 and 2000. There's no WrestleMania 16.
Damn it.
I tell you, if somebody actually walked up to me and did that to me, I'd punch him right in the mouth. I really would. But
I would
digress.
kick his ass so hard his nose would bleed. Anyways.
Anyways, so yeah, SuperBrawl VIII from the Cow Palace in good old San Francisco, California. You ever seen those beer commercials? How to speak San Francisco. Join.
Fuck decided that as the venue. The move. What?
I mean, it's a nice arena.
But it's a historic arena.
Historic arena.
Let's not forget about
name.
that.
Uh-oh.
Anyways,
you're laughing now.
No, nothing.
Who posted what in the comment section?
No, nothing. Just laughing at some stuff.
Okay. JeffDunhab.com. Alright. So yeah, SuperBrawl VIII from the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California, with an attendance of 12,620, a sellout with 11,954 paid, so about 97%, 98%-ish paid, so pretty fucking good, which was lower than the attendance of SuperBrawl VII, then Livegate of $310,974, which was higher than 1997.
Prices up.
Pay-per-view buys, 325,000, also higher than 1994. Now, when you look at it compared to the rest of the shows of 98, attendance was the 4th highest of the year, with World War III being the highest, Livegate being the 6th highest, with Starrcade the highest, and then pay-per-view buys tied for 3rd highest with Uncensored, with Bash at the Beach as the highest. So business? Hell yes for this show. But then again, WCW's still in the lead at this point. It wouldn't be till a couple months later when WWF would eventually beat them 1 week. But
even then, it's like WCW amazing. Business in 98 was still doing amazing. It wouldn't be until the spring of 99 when business really started to...
And it still went lower and lower.
As time went on until gone. But with all that said, let's talk about the matches. So we kick things off with...
Before we get to the matches, let's talk about one match that was supposed to be on here but didn't happen.
Oh,
Larry Zbyszko versus Louis Spicolli. Because they were setting that up, but then Louis would pass away about a week before this event. Not even 30 years old.
And I forgot how it was. He died like Salmas and something.
Drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Overdose, pretty much, I think.
But with the bad stuff out of the way with that, so we kick things off with the first of 6 championship matches on the show, and the first of 2 matches for the WCW World Television Championship. You have champion Rick Martel versus challenger Booker T. So you might be wondering, for those who've never seen this show, where did Rick Martel come from when he hadn't been relevant in years and is TV champion? Well, James, would you like to take the lead on this?
Rick Martel had taken a couple of years off of wrestling, then he came back. He was originally set to go to the WWF, teaming up with Don Callis, but then turned that down, went to WCW, and was having a little bit of a revival in his career, and out of nowhere became the TV champion.
Yeah, because originally they were going to do Booker T versus Saturn for the television championship, but then when Martel won, they decide, okay, well, we'll have Saturn face the winner of this match later in the show. And we get Booker versus Martel, and it was a pretty good match. Mm-hmm. You could definitely tell, like, Martel, even at this point in his career, still had a lot left in him. It's just a shame that during this match, it would all come crashing down. So, Martel would injure his knee in this match, and I couldn't pick out what spot of the match where the knee injury happened.
It was some sort of toss, and his leg hit the rope or whatever, because WCW rings are shorter than the WWF rings were. Mm-hmm. He was still kind of adjusting to the smaller rings, but he would still continue the match and did pretty good. They had to audible a ton because originally Martel was set to win both matches.
Yeah. So yeah, after the audible was called, and then we get the finish of the Harlem Sidekick for the win, and after all that, Booker T defeated Rick Martel in 10 minutes 33 seconds to win back the World Television Championship. But then immediately after, out comes Saturn from the crowd, because Raven's flock in the crowd throughout the show, and Saturn would jump the guardrail to attack Booker and immediately start match number 2, the second of 6 title matches, and the second of 2 matches for the WCW World Television Championship. Champion Booker T versus challenger Saturn. And
credit to the both of them for calling this match on the fly. Because this match was not supposed to happen. They had nothing, so it's like, what do we do? Let's just do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. It was good.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Like, I honestly kind of liked this match a little bit more than the Martel match, but not by much, because they were both really good matches. But yeah, credit to the both of them, like you said. Like, after everything that just happened with Martel, and they had to audible so much, they were able to take care of all that and make a really good match out of it. And another Harlem Sidekick from Booker for the win, as Booker T defeated Saturn in 14 minutes 23 seconds. So what was supposed to have been the continuing of the reestablishing of Martel turned into a showcase for Booker T. So some good came out of something bad. So there is that. Moving on to match number 3, we get La Parka versus Disco Inferno. Decent match. I mean, for really no real build apart from who can dance, they were able to have a decent match. Like, nothing really wrong with it. It was a decent match.
Disco may be an asshole nowadays, but you watch back his stuff here, it's he wasn't that bad.
He was solid as a worker. And then the stunner, the chart buster at the end from Disco for the win, as Disco Inferno defeated La Parka in 11 minutes 41 seconds.
Which he had to stop using when Brutus Beefcake came back and took it as his own move.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But moving on, and I'd like to see somebody time this to see how long it takes, but match number 4, we get Goldberg versus Brad Armstrong. So yeah, Goldberg's still fresh in the company after September, and the streak is being established. And Brad Armstrong was a utility guy at this point, and
he had the Armstrong curse shirt.
Yeah. And, well, gotta make Goldberg look good on pay-per-view, so they did in grand fashion. Spear and jackhammer from Goldberg for the win as Goldberg defeated Brad Armstrong in 2 minutes, 23 seconds.
For what it was, it worked.
Yeah.
I mean...
25
seconds. So he did time it.
Yeah.
But I mean, for what it was, it worked. Brad knew his job at this point in time.
Yeah. But now moving on from a big epic squash to the third of 6 championship matches of the night. Title versus mask for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Champion Chris Jericho versus challenger Juventud Guerrera.
Quasi-Juice Guerrera. Oh, wait, that's after this.
There's some guy named Hoovy?
You lost to some guy named Juventud? I took the mask!
But no, this was right after Jericho started becoming a heel. Which, I mean, 98 is still, part of peak Jericho. It's one of his best years.
Yeah, and character work, some of the best of his whole career. And, I mean, it's WCW Cruiserweight matches. You know what you're going to get, and that's going to be a lot of fast action. But even with fast action, great storytelling, and it made for a great match between the two.
Yeah. It's a shame that Hoovy never got to wear the mask. Storyline-wise, he eventually got to wear it, in Mexico, and then a couple of appearances in AEW, but that's a different story.
And then he wore it in the first One Night Stand only to take it off.
Yeah.
No, wait, that was... No, wait, that wasn't Hoovy, but...
That was Psychosis.
That was Psychosis.
But still, it's like, you never really got Juventud with the mask, but this was at the time when WCW was really starting to take all the masks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, just over a year later, Ray...
It was a year later, at SuperBrawl IX, when Ray lost the mask.
But yeah, with the back and forth action going on here, and then you had the one, they did the Dusty finish where it looked like Hoovy won, referee counted 3, but Jericho's foot under the rope, and then they replayed it. Nope, we gotta keep going. Lion Tamer. And there you have it. Chris Jericho defeated Juventud Guerrera in 13 minutes, 29 seconds. And then the post-match, Jericho doing his shtick, being fucking ass. And this is taking too long and rips the mask off. And there you see Hoovy.
Oh, put it back on. Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he gets to keep the fucking mask. That's one of the rules. Once you take out a wrestler's mask, you keep it. Send it with the hair.
Early on, he started, right afterwards, he was carrying around the mask and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing a Ray t-shirt, had the Hoovy mask.
Yeah, like you legit keep it. Like, there's not story like you take it off, give it back. No, you legit keep it.
That's the difference between in Mexico and here in the United States.
Yeah.
All right, well, now that's half of the card. Second half to go, and we kick off the second half with a real barn burner, don't we? Steve Mongo McMichael versus the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. And it's kind of funny, looking back how this match came about, is because Mongo's like, I'm tired of people coming from up north. And we get this match, and, this match was terrible.
Well, this match is famous for Mongo deciding, I'm not gonna hit Bulldog with my arm. I'm gonna hit the fucking ring post with my arm.
Yeah.
It was one of those spots where he's trying to hit Bulldog. Bulldog ducks. He hits it, and he breaks his arm. That's something they that was bad. They had to audible the finish because Bulldog won with an arm hold. Name me one other time. Name me one other time Bulldog ever won with a submission. Never. Because Mongo tried the 3-point stance. That didn't really work. He tried to do the tombstone and couldn't. And then just finish, and you could tell it was like... It was an audible finish, because Mongo was like, I'm not done! It's like, you're done.
Yeah. So yeah, armbar from Davey for the win, and a... What the fuck was this? As the British Bulldog defeated Steve McMichael in 6 minutes, 10 seconds. That's longer than an average Slayer song.
Yeah.
Which, oh jeez. But anyways, moving on to match number 7 and the 4th of 6 championship matches for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. Champion Diamond Dallas Page versus challenger Chris Benoit. And it's a babyface match. But holy shit, it was fucking great. I mean, it's DDP
it's a battle for
at
respect.
this point. At DD point at... Or DD point.
DD point at this P.
God damn it. This is what happens when you interrupt me. I stumble a lot. Anyways, DDP at this point was really... Like, after the Savage feud, sky was the limit for him and got the U.S. title. Benoit... on the rise as well after the Horsemen dissolved. And we get this match, and holy shit, it's DDP and Benoit. You know what you are going to get when you see these two in a match of some sort. And it's going to be great. I mean, hell, just 1 month later, steal the show with Raven and the Triple Threat. So, yeah, and these two battle for respect in a fucking... One of my favorite face versus face matches I've seen ever, I would say. But in the end, loved the finish, like countering the backslide into the Diamond Cutter. 1, 2, 3. Diamond Dallas Page defeated Chris Benoit in 15 minutes 47 seconds to keep the U.S. title. Now we go into another barn burner. Yay! Up next, it's Macho Man Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth versus Lex Luger.
Luger sucks.
Luger sucks. Luger. Now on paper, Luger Macho Man should think it's gonna be a great match.
Maybe, but this was 1998.
Luger's momentum was pretty much gone, and Savage dealing with the knee injury. Yeah. Not a great recipe.
The crowd turned on Luger here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were cheering the cheating. They were cheering the interference. Like, you could tell that a babyface is done. Like that.
Yeah, and I felt it kind of went a bit longer than it should be, personally.
Yeah, especially given everything we know, you know, Luger's momentum being gone and Savage being hurt. Yeah, this should have been maybe 4 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Given what we know, but they instead go 7.5, and nobody cared at the end. As Lex Luger with the torture rack submitted Savage as Lex Luger defeated Randy Savage in 7 minutes 26 seconds.
Luger sucks. Luger sucks.
Start to throw trash at the ring, if I remember correctly. That happened. If I'm mistaken for something else.
But now moving on to match number 9.
Sold.
The penultimate match of the show and the 5th of 6 championship matches of the night for the WCW World Tag Team Championships, the unified tag team titles. Champions, the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott with Ted DiBiase versus challengers, the Outsiders of Hall and Nash with Dusty Rhodes? Yeah, that's one of those things I look back on like Dusty in the NWO. But then again, everybody apart from fucking Booker T and WCW was in the NWO.
Everybody aside from like Flair and Gene Okerlund were in the NWO.
They should have just renamed WCW NWO. Pretty much.
I mean, the Dusty made no sense in the group.
No.
One of these
at
things
all.
doesn't belong
The only
here.
like it was just
Yeah.
and DiBiase as a babyface was horrible.
Yeah.
Like Ted DiBiase. Look, Ted DiBiase was a babyface before the $1 Million Man, but ever since then, all you know of Ted is the $1 Million Man.
Exactly.
And Thief. And Louisiana Thief stealing money. But anyway, this whole thing, it really was about Rick and Scott, because Scott was starting to do his own thing, and, you know, they win the belts, and Scott's not really happy about it, but then they celebrate after the win, and then we get this match, which was a story.
Yeah, this was more story than a match. Like, it wasn't even much of a match. It was like, yeah, it's just more story. But then again, wrestling's all about stories, so yeah. But for a match itself, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was just there, but it was all about the story of the end where Scott turned on Rick and joined the NWO, which, honestly, I look back on that, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, on one hand, you're breaking up one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
It was time.
But on the other hand, yeah, it was time for something to happen.
There was nothing else you could do with the Steiners together.
Yeah.
It just sucks that you had nothing else for them to do, but then you try to feud them, and they didn't want to feud.
Yeah. That, hence the double-edged sword with it all.
It's like, they split up the Steiners, and they tried having a match, and they maybe got one match out of them.
Yeah.
After trying month after month after month after month.
Mm-hmm. But in the end, after the betrayal and an outsider's edge from Hall to Rick for the win, the Outsiders defeat the Steiner brothers in 4 minutes, 18 seconds to win back the unified WCW World Tag Team Championships.
And I think this was the last night where it was known as the Unified Belts.
Yeah, they would just go to the one singular title. And now on to match number 10, the main event and the final title match of the night for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, Sting versus Hollywood Hogan. So, we already talked about Starrcade and how that failed because of so many conspiracies, botches, whatever you want to say, involving Hogan, Sting at Starrcade. And because of the finish, they had to figure out something. Okay, what do we do? Let's just strip Sting of the belt and just have a rematch at 2 months later. You didn't have to strip Sting of the belt. You could have just made it a fucking title match with Sting still as champion here. But they did all these fucking hooplas and loopholes and all this crap. And it's like, you could have just made it so much simpler instead of... It could have been from point A to point B, but instead it was like point A, and then point B got hurt for a week, and then point C, we get a new lemonade recipe that's overly complicated. And then to plan D. Okay. But
and then plan F, what the fuck?
But the match itself, better than the Starrcade match, but again, wasn't that great. It was okay at best and mediocre at worst. Then again, the Sting-Hogan matches were never that good apart from one. The Bound for Glory 2011 match of all matches.
When Hogan was broken the fuck down.
Yeah.
But that had... The crowd was so into that match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, this match, not bad, but not good, in the middle. Is the best
finish was crazy as hell.
Yeah. Fucking poor Nick Patrick. So yeah, the finish, Sting goes for the Scorpion Death Drop, and as Hogan's falling, kicks Nick Patrick right in the nuts. and then all hell breaks loose, and everybody's just piling in. Sting, fuck you, you're out. Fuck you, you're out. Oh, you?
Savage with the
fuck
spray
you.
paint. Savage with the spray paint can, because we forgot to talk about the underlying story of Savage being the rogue member of the NWO. Like, what the hell's going on with Savage? Is he still a part of the group? Is he not part of the group anymore? What's going on with Savage? And he ends up costing Hogan the match.
Mm-hmm. Which, looking back, you would think it was going to lead to Savage leaving the group, turning face, but then we know what the rest is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, and Hogan fucking laying there playing dead forever, it felt like, after he took the Scorpion as Sting was cleaning house, and then finally, after all the house cleaning, 1, 2, 3... Sting defeats Hollywood Hogan in 16 minutes, 33 seconds to win back, or really retain, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. And then post-match, Hogan gets his comeuppance in a sword, WCW spray painted on his chest.
And then as Sting leaves going up the aisle, a fan comes into the ring and gets taken out by security.
Oh, good.
Damn it.
But that's Super Brawl VIII. So overall, this is another show that's a prime example of a tale of two halves. First half, pretty good first half. You know, the 2 television title matches were really good. Disco La Parka, decent for what it was. Getting Goldberg over in grand fashion. The Cruiserweight title match, great. And then the second half, apart from DDP Benoit, second half, just fucking skip. So,
but you got what you want in the end, but
Yeah.
with Sting winning the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But overall, when you add up all the pros and cons, Super Brawl VIII, good show, not great. If anything, I would, for everybody who's never seen it, yeah, I would probably go back and watch the TV title matches, the Cruiserweight title match, the US title match, and the ending of the tag title match. So now on to favorite, least favorite, sleeper, and shocker. Favorite, Jesus Christ, it's between DDP, Benoit, Jericho, Guerrera. For me, I'm gonna give the tiny little edge to DDP, Benoit.
Yep.
I'm going to Jericho, Guerrera. For obvious reasons.
And then for least favorite, Bulldog, Mongo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Sleeper.
Honestly, I'm going to say Booker and Saturn, just based off of everything.
Yeah.
Booker and Martel. Throwing both of those matches. And then shocker, Steiner turning on... Scott turning on Rick.
Yeah.
Even though you saw it coming, you knew it was going to come.
You didn't know when. You knew that it was going to happen, but you weren't sure when it would happen. And
all right. Push Job Endeavor.
Oh, I'll come up with one.
I got mine. Goldberg, Diamond Dallas Page, Booker T.
Damn it, you had 2 of the ones I was going to say. I was going to say Goldberg and DDP. The third one I was going to throw in Booker, but...
push Goldberg. You gotta push Goldberg.
Yeah.
He's still a star. And now Job. I mean, then again...
remind me again, DDP and who?
Booker.
Oh, you did say Booker. I thought... Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
I probably Job...
Booker?
DDP, because DDP, we know he could lose a couple of matches. He's still good with the crowd. And Booker, but and probably
you didn't Endeavor Booker.
I Endeavor Booker.
I'm gonna I'll job Booker and Endeavor DDP, because with DDP now being super over, and even though he's gone, he could go to the competition
and be over there and not have to lose to the Undertaker's wife.
Nope. Ooh. And hell, you could have had DDP and The Rock in '99.
Or you could have had DDP and a lot of people.
Oh yeah. But the dream feud for DDP and the WWF for me would have been The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right on that.
So, there you go.
Wow.
So now, before we talk This Week in Wrestling in full, why don't we briefly talk about the Rumble last week? Because holy shit.
Oh, God.
Triple H's first time doing a Rumble, and it was a really good show.
But don't you know it's one of the worst Rumbles ever? Because there was no surprises and it was all predictable?
Bullshit.
Somebody turn what Levi did into a GIF.
Do it. Do it now.
It's like keyboard. And
that's a GIF. That's the new GIF.
And I've had my fair share of keyboarders going crazy on me for the video I did on Thursday, but that's a different story for a different time. Anyways, so yeah, fucking. I said it on Scott's fucking Twitch stream Thursday night. The whole surprise entrant thing is becoming a crutch and it shouldn't be. It's like, come on. Yeah, you only had one, technically two, Booker and Logan Paul, but you don't need to have a bunch of crazy surprises like, oh my god, just have the match be booked well and that's all that matters.
Back in my day, we had no surprise entrances and we were pleased.
Exactly.
I'm starting to sound like an old man. See, now I'm the elder statesman around here.
For tonight.
Hey, I said for now I'm the elder statesman.
There you go.
I'm the old fuck.
But it doesn't change the fact Ricky's still a baby.
Yeah. He's the baby group.
Yeah. But I mean, anyway, so yeah, men's Rumble match. I swear, I feel like I have watched this match 5 times, binging this match.
I've seen it 3 times, and every single time I get chills.
Yeah, I mean, I will say
Gunther was the MVP of the match.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, call me nuts, and it might be recency bias, but I don't give a shit. I put this among the top 5, dare I say top 3 Rumble matches I've ever seen.
Top 5.
Again, no Rumble match will ever top 01 or even 92. But if you can get in the range of this one, then you'd be in good shape. Because holy shit, I think, this is hands down, I think, the best Rumble match we've had since 2001.
It's the best Rumble match of the decade so far. Which isn't saying a lot, but...
I mean, only a few, but still. But yeah, Gunther was made on this fucking night. Holy shit.
71 minutes, 25 seconds.
And tied for most eliminations with 5. And I mean, the flow of the match was really good, too. Although, I will say, it seemed like the first half of the Rumble was pretty SmackDown heavy, and then the second half was pretty Raw heavy, if you noticed, with the entrance. But, I mean, that's a minor gripe. It's like, you could have maybe,
half and
changed
half,
up,
one Raw.
Well, maybe not, cut in half, but, alternate every so often. Because, hell, from entrance, 1 through 10, there were only 3 Raw guys that came in, and then from 11 through 20, 1 SmackDown, and then from 21 through 30, 2 SmackDown. So it was they could have maybe shuffled up the entrant order a little bit to make it not look so heavy on both sides, but that's maybe the only complaint I have is just that, and it's very minor, but fucking... And Kofi, I'm assuming what happened with him, it was he was gonna try and do the save himself by rolling, but not let his right foot touch, but I think he hit his head off of the table. And
I think he needs to stop fucking trying this whole save spot thing. Because he's fucked up twice.
Give it to somebody else.
I think it's time for him to stop it.
Yeah. Especially after
don't try to redeem.
Stop this
redeeming. Stop this redeeming stuff and actually, you want to redeem yourself, actually try and win. That can be the story. Kofi's been in so many Rumbles and
he's never won one.
I'm sick of being the guy who, I saved myself. I want to be the guy to win it. You got a story now.
Yeah.
But stop this saving crap.
But, my
overplayed.
God, this Rumble was booked. I don't want to say perfection because it had its knickknacks, but it makes sense. It made fucking sense.
And then
the spot with Logan Paul and Ricochet.
Jesus Christ! During the live stream where I was watching the show, during that stream, me and my friends, we were freaking the fuck out, like holy fuck. And again, say what you will about Logan Paul as a person, but I do think he's better than his brother. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, good God,
he has the best buckshot. He has the best buckshot lariat in the business.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Got a problem with that? Come and fight me. I'll fight you. I'll fight you, and your mother.
And I love the fact that the Rumble started with Gunther and Sheamus, number 1 and number 2.
That was
perfect.
When I saw Gunther come out at 1, I'm like, oh, Sheamus is 2.
Mm-hmm. And we were saying he was gonna break a record, and he fucking broke the record.
Broke Ray's record. Yep.
Yeah. For a minute there, you actually thought Gunther had a chance of winning the Rumble, even though we kind of knew. Even you kind of knew Cody was gonna win, but you still had they're actually gonna pull it off.
And it's like once they said that Sammy was gonna be with Roman at all times, it's like okay, Cody's gonna win.
Yeah, pretty much setting it in stone. But so many guys got some moments of shine here. Like Gargano got almost 30 minutes. I mean, hell, he was such a good comedy fixture on the match. Coming in. He was one to do the Sheamus spot to Miz, and then Sheamus looking at him like, what are you doing? Go ahead, you do your thing.
Dominic got shine.
Oh God, Michael Cole, this kid is a piece of shit. Yeah, you don't say anything bad. Corey caught him too late.
Yeah,
Corey caught him too late. You clearly heard Michael Cole call him a piece of shit.
Sheamus lasted nearly an hour in the match.
52 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, he lasted a while. Drew lasted a while.
Seth lasted a while.
Dominic
lasted a while.
Who lasted
and then, of course, the Brock spot where he's just going crazy, and then, the stare down with him and Gunther. Please, Triple H, make it happen at WrestleMania. After Chamber and you do Brock Lashley, go Gunther Brock. Just do it.
I have heard that they might do Gunther, Sheamus, Drew in a triple threat.
I mean, that would still be really good, but please give me Gunther Brock.
In a high spot.
Maybe. I mean, you never know. We still have a couple of months away. They could change everything up.
Throw Brock in and do a fatal 4-way with those 4.
Jesus Christ.
Pack a lunch, extra potato.
Oh, God. Just imagine.
But I mean, just the crowd. Once you heard that crowd, once they locked eyes, it was like, fuck. And you could tell Gunther was trying so hard to not smirk too much because he's like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then it all goes away, and then the stare down, and jeez. And the first thing, chop.
Oh, God. I'm pretty sure somebody must have counted the amount of chops Gunther had in the ring.
It had to have been over 100.
Yeah.
But then the match comes down to the first guy and the last guy.
First time ever.
Number 1 and number 30 were the last two. And then they go 7 minutes.
They had a
match within a match. And some might say the best final 2
Shawn
of all time.
Taker who? It's
definitely between Cody Gunther and Shawn Taker for the best final 2 because
I say this is I say this was better, and I love Shawn and Taker. Yeah. This was better.
Yeah, because telling the story of Gunther just going after the peck with chops.
Dude.
And this is
for
down the road a match.
Down the road, you could do a match between these two.
If these two had a fucking final 2, a match within the match. Can you imagine in an actual championship match? They're gonna
next year at the Royal Rumble.
Why not?
Perhaps.
Why not? Yeah, and then we forgot to mention the fucking spot where Lashley eliminates Brock, and Brock, he's sitting out there on the table like it's like he's pissed, but he has that like psychotic smirk, like. And then just, I would have laughed so hard whenever he threw the stairs if the table broke. I thought that would have been the greatest thing ever.
The fact that Pat McAfee was actually eating popcorn just boom, like, hey,
and it just flies.
That's what we forgot to talk about at first. Pat McAfee showed back up, and everybody was surprised. That was actual reactions from Cole and Graves, because they had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking Pat McAfee on commentary throughout this match. Jesus Christ.
I missed him in
and then I don't know if anybody caught this, but during the part towards the end when Seth and Cody are going at it, and Seth's like, "Come on, motherfucker!" And then they go swinging. I don't know if anybody heard it, but you can clearly hear Seth say, "Come on, motherfucker!" And then they go at it. But
and this also sets up Logan, maybe Rollins at WrestleMania, since
because Rollins is already talking shit about him.
Yeah. And I think safe to say after that and the way he was reacting, Logan's heel now. I think he's a heel.
Yeah.
Because when he pointed at the sign, he's like, "Oh," like he's like playing up to the boos. So I think he's now heel, and he'd have to be heel against.
And
Seth.
also, we gotta talk to Fat about Ray not being in the Rumble. He was injured the night before, which I was there, but people shut the fuck up. I mean, I know he didn't enter really the Rumble, and he's winning the Rumble, but my God, shut up.
And the way they had Dominic come out with the mask sets up Ray Dominic at Mania. And then
that
also
kid is a piece of shit.
And then another one we forgot about when Edge came in, continuing the story with Finn, where now I'm hearing rumors that they'll probably do Edge and Beth versus Finn and Rhea at the Chamber, and then possibly Edge and Finn in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania.
Do it.
I mean, it's appropriate to be in a Hell in a Cell because it's a personal feud. So there you go. Why not? So... And I also love, and then before we move on, I also love that during the Ricochet Logan Paul spot, like everybody but Cody caught a peek at it just to see what the fuck are they gonna do.
I mean, that moment's gonna be in every single Rumble moment from now on.
It's gonna be in the highlights for forever now. And it should. But now to the pitch black match with Bray and LA Knight. I thought for 5 minutes it was good.
It was good.
It was entertaining.
We didn't know what it was until we saw it. It was like, oh shit, this is
a street fight with dimmed lighting.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
And the fact that Bray's makeup was like, whoa.
Glow in the dark makeup, which I thought was really fucking cool.
And his eyes. The eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, for 5 minutes, I thought it was good. I don't know what people are bitching about with this match.
I liked it.
And then the ending, fucking Uncle Howdy kills himself in the LA Knight.
I was reading that was a botch. That he
because he missed LA Knight, as you can tell from one camera angle they showed. And then the Funhouse characters pop up on top of the scaffold.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Maybe they pushed Uncle Howdy off.
Yeah, maybe. But then to Bianca and Alexa, which for me, least favorite match, but it was still okay.
Whatever.
But the ending,
it's like we knew Bianca would win, and then the ending with Uncle Howdy again.
Yeah.
Further teasing stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Women's Rumble match, really good.
It was good. It was solid.
Didn't I call Rhea as the Iron Woman?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. But I wasn't expecting her at number one. That's the thing.
Just like I called Gunther being the Iron Man. So James and I were right on two different matches. But
and
also
Rhea winning, like, she was the only option to win that.
Yeah.
And also Rhea, 7 eliminations on top of that.
Mhm.
But let's see.
Also,
So you had Roxanne Perez
Oh,
as
yeah.
Zoe Stark getting 26 and a half minutes, which was kind of odd.
Chelsea
Green's back. 5 seconds.
And she's starting the Karen gimmick, which is perfect, because she's gonna kill that gimmick in a good way.
Mhm.
Like she can play that gimmick.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she can out Karen Bailey though.
Oh
no! Which, knowing Chelsea Green's coming back, of course, her husband.
We're just waiting at this point.
Woo woo woo! Oh, radio, tell me everything you know.
Oh yeah, Indy Hardwell showed up in the match.
Indie wrestling.
Yeah.
Michelle McCool from the crowd in the match.
I love that. She was like,
what? Okay.
What?
Think about it.
Okay.
Every member of the Way was in a Rumble match.
Yeah, except for Dexter.
But Dexter was never in the Way.
I thought he was.
No, he was never in the Way.
Never in the way.
Hey.
Aha!
Uh-huh.
And then
her in the bag.
No, Asuka coming back at
Kana with the Kana makeup, which, you know what's funny? My friend Jessica, who actually technically introduced me to Scott years ago, she's like the biggest Asuka mark I know, and she was telling me like over a month ago about like the tweet she was doing and everything, and she was like, I think this is setting up for her showing up as Kana in some way. And it happened.
Fact, the camera caught off just as she was trying to lick one of the horns from the mask. I was like, oh shit.
But let's not forget also of Liv Morgan. Starting at 2 and going an hour.
Didn't I kind of say that she was kind of lasted longer than usual? And
it's like Co-Iron Woman.
Co-Iron Woman.
Yep.
Because technically, first 2, last 2.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Dewdrop. I was gonna say, and then Dewdrop, no more. Piper Niven's back.
That. And then Nia Jax broke the countdown clock.
I was like, wait, what? I think somebody fucked up in the back.
You know what I think happened? I think that was an inside joke.
I think
it was an inside joke because they're making fun of her for all the people she's hurt. So they're like, well, you've broken so many people. Why don't we break the clock for you? And from what I heard, it was a one and done. And I'm like,
she got eliminated by 11 people, which set a Rumble record.
And I was
for
like,
most people to eliminate one wrestler.
And I was like, "Where's Lana? Where's Lana?"
I was wait. Come on, Lana. Come on, Lana. This is your Rumble to win. So Levi has to do something on camera he doesn't want to.
I was already imagining Lana winning the Rumble without eliminating anybody. She's just there on the floor.
Everybody eliminates, and then wait, who's number 30?
Well, either way, now we can drop it because it didn't happen. So let's just move on.
Next Lana 2024.
It's her year.
Lana backwards is anal.
But yeah, Nia Jax one and done. Thank God. I don't want to see her again. But now on then to Roman KO, which match itself, great, but it was all about after the fact.
Oh, God.
The storytelling.
Yes.
I swear to God, I have never been invested in a storyline in years. This is like storyline booking 101.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, demolishing KO. Sammy like, he's beneath you. You should do it. You should do it. And then, boom, one of the loudest pops I've heard in a dog's age.
A callback to the Shield breaking up. Yeah. And the callback to when KO said, "You better turn on them before they turn on you."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, like, Sammy and Jay, what are you doing? I thought you were my brother, man. I'm sorry. And then Jay walking out, which, there's a couple of ways you could go about with that. You could either have Jay leave the group in some way, or probably what's going to happen is at the chamber, he just surprises Sammy, thinking, like, putting Sammy into a false sense of security, and then helps on the beatdown.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
But either or would work, because you could tell a story, like if Jay were to leave the group, you could tell the story that Sammy really joined to help Jay get out, because the bloodline all started with problems with Roman and Jay dating back to Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell. And
and then what?
Dude, breakup of the Usos and have Jimmy and Jay feud, and they probably could have some great matches.
And so where does Kevin Owens fall in line?
I mean, because he's a part of the story now.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if that's a direction they're going to possibly go in.
I don't think they are. I think we're still going to have Usos, KO, and Sammy.
I mean, I think that's what's going to happen too. That's what I think is going to happen too, but
the people that are saying
balls just being fucking thrown.
The people that are saying call an audible, first, okay, and then what? And B, you're screwing over the Usos and Kevin Owens by calling an audible. Because they're just as much important to this story as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, the people that were making fun of others for backing Bryan about a decade ago and stuff and trying to force him in, they would make fun of people for that, are now the ones trying to force Sammy into everything. And plus, you would ruin Cody's momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And splitting up the belts would make things even worse.
Yeah, it really would.
And I think they're gonna keep the titles together because Monday, the Chamber for the U.S. title and for the SmackDown Women's title.
The Women's Chamber is to determine who faces Bianca.
Oh yeah, Mania. Okay, Bianca Mania, which the U.S. title and the Chamber, pretty good idea.
The only major belt that hasn't been in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've had an Intercontinental Chamber, which granted that match not that great in 2015, but at least it happened.
You had the Tag Team Chamber,
which was a car crash, but in an entertaining way.
You had Women's Chambers, you've had all the WWE
World Title Chambers, Contender Chambers, so yeah, U.S. title.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think's going to be the final two in? Because currently it's Theory, Rollins, Gargano, and Bronson Reed.
Lesnar? Why not?
No.
I see them doing Lesnar Lashley at the Chamber. Honestly.
I don't know. I mean, I doubt it. Maybe Gunther wants another title. I mean, why not? Even though he doesn't need the U.S. title, he's
just keep him with the IC title until the fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, definitely, please Gunther Brock at Mania and have Gunther beat the shit out of Brock to put him even more over the top. Because I mean, honestly, what else could you do with both guys? After that moment where the crowd popped at the Rumble, you have to do Brock Gunther at Mania.
Who was the Chamber again? Is it? I know it's Theory, Rollins,
Gargano, and Bronson Reed, and two yet to be determined.
Maybe Lashley.
Wait, they've already announced a couple of the matches. I think.
Oh yeah, Dawkins versus Priest and Elias versus Montez.
It's going to be Priest and Montez.
Priest and Montez.
This is going to be Montez's litmus test as a singles.
Montez comes short and loses.
Yeah, there we go.
Because I think he's going to have a hell of a performance.
Yeah. Maybe have Montez in the final two? Possibly? Final two in the match and then take the fall?
Maybe.
We'll see.
And for the women's,
we got Asuka, Liv.
I don't think it matters because Asuka's winning.
Yeah, but I gotta say this is weird. You have SmackDown people in this match.
It's the women on SmackDown who were a part of the Rumble who came up short.
I mean, Liv, for sure, you gotta automatically give it to Liv. I mean, she was a co-Iron Woman.
But I don't think it matters who else is in this because Asuka's winning this.
Yeah. Asuka's winning this and then probably beats Bianca at Mania.
And Asuka becomes heel?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe. And, of course, Roman, Sammy.
That's gonna be an amazing match either way.
The crowd is gonna be electric.
Oh yes, but
would it be crazy? Just a thought. Would you have them both inside the chamber? Just the two of them.
No,
and beat the crap out of
you
them.
already have two chamber matches. You're already overusing it to begin with.
True. True.
So it would be dumb.
Yeah, and of course, being in Montreal, it's gonna be a screw up. It always has to be a screw up.
The crowd's gonna be electric for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, the people that are saying call an audible, you're gonna screw everything else up.
We know Sammy's not gonna win the title. I'm sorry. Like, I would love him to be the champion, but
someday, yes.
You're gonna have Roman's 2+ year run end a month before WrestleMania?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, you're gonna
And again, splitting the belts would be the worst possible solution. If you could call it a solution. Because then what do you do? And God for fucking bid they have Sammy challenge on night 1 and Cody challenge night 2 because someone's got to lose. Because Roman ain't losing 2 nights. Because if he loses the first night, that lessens the importance of losing night 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's like...
People just need to get the fuck over this Sammy being champion shit. Would it be nice? Yeah, it would be nice.
And I say
stop trying to force it.
And I will say it will happen, just not right now.
And the people that say, oh, the tag titles are beneath them, are the same people that bitch about the tag division not meaning anything. You want the tag division meaning something? That's the big... KO Sammy versus the Usos main event.
Night 1.
Yeah.
Because the Usos, they are having this great long reign as champions. What better way to have it to end against the 2 guys who everybody said would never make it. They would never be in WWE. They'd never main event WrestleMania. They would never make it past a certain point. And that moment, Haluva kick 1, 2, 3, crowd goes apeshit.
Happen because storyline wise, it's the only one that makes sense to end the show. It's the only one. Both Sammy and the Usos night 1, Roman Cody night 2. There you go. 2 main events.
This is the Bloodlines WrestleMania because the Usos are just as important to the group as Roman is. I'm sorry, they mean just as much. And hell, you could have the night before night 1 have Solo win the Andre Battle Royal.
I was just... Damn it, James, you keep... I was just about to say that.
Solo wins on... He'd be the only bloodline to win at during WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
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 Establish him like hell. Establish him put him on Raw and have him go for the U.S. title after Mania.
Win the Andre Trophy, that means nothing.
But hell, I mean, with Triple H there now, you can make it mean something, like use momentum from winning it to go after another title.
Is it sad that the only good winner of the Andre Battle Royal has been Jey Uso? Jey Uso won the trophy.
That's true.
He's the only good winner of the Andre Battle Royal. I mean, unless you say Braun. Because Braun did go on to win a world title. But the Andre Battle Royal means shit.
I mean, after Mania 30, it just... Nah.
Cesaro was a horrible winner because they did nothing with him. And then
and it
Big
took
Show,
them a
they
while
did
to do anything with Cesaro.
Big Show was nothing with it.
So,
Corbin's done nothing.
I got the list. So first one was Cesaro.
No.
They didn't do much. Big Show.
Nah.
Didn't really need it. Corbin. Fuck no. Mojo. What the fuck?
Matt He won because of Gronk.
Matt Hardy won it.
Braun Strowman.
Okay.
He won the Universal title.
Okay. Jey Uso. Okay. Madcap Moss. He hasn't done shit.
They haven't done anything with him apart from dropping the Karrion Kross.
You remember when Madcap Moss was getting pushed for like a second?
Yeah.
He had a squash match, a dark match when I saw SmackDown against Santos Escobar and lost under 5 minutes.
So yeah, Jey Uso is the strongest winner of the Andre Battle Royal. That is, it's great for him, but it's sad for the lineage of the trophy.
Yeah. And you think Cesaro winning back then, you're like, okay, he's gonna get a rocket up his ass. Nope.
I mean, eventually he did get into a good
Big Show
team
won the Battle Royal with the namesake of his dad.
Yeah.
When in reality, Sandow should have won. Maybe.
But remember, that was Big Show's first Battle Royal win ever, if you don't count World War III.
Yeah.
And then Baron Corbin, it was a good way to get him established on the main roster, but...
Yeah.
And then fucking Mojo winning. I forgot that Mojo won.
He won because of Gronk.
But remember who he eliminated last?
Jinder Mahal. Really? That match did more for Jinder Mahal than it did for fucking Mojo.
Maybe if Mojo would have lost, he would have become WWE champion.
Oh, God. I don't know what would be worse. Mojo as WWE champion or Jinder fucking Mahal?
Jinder's still gonna be worse. I don't care what anyone says. Jinder's worse than Mojo.
That he drew more money than Eddie. That's the sad thing about it. He drew more money than Eddie. That's what pisses me off.
Sad thing is, Eddie wasn't a draw.
I know. That's the thing that pisses me off more. That Eddie, one of the greatest of all time, drew not as much as Jinder fucking Mahal.
Or even Great Khali.
At least the Great Khali could be dominant as a monster. Jinder Mahal.
He was a clunk. He was a clunk of garbage.
At the beginning, he was like a threat. But then he became a fucking clown!
We've broken Ricky. We've broken Ricky.
I think Drew McIntyre drew more than Eddie Guerrero as champion. And he did it with no fans.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I kid. But in reality, if you look up the numbers, Eddie Guerrero is the lowest drawing WWE champion ever.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
I know, and again, we've broken Ricky, because... Holy cripe, and...
JBL drew more.
JBL's fucking JBL.
Yeah.
You know? Jinder fucking Mahal?
Jack Swagger drew more as world champion.
Great Khali drew more as world champion.
To this day, when I think of the WWE Championship, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, The Rock,
Bruno, Backlund,
Bruno Sammartino, Jinder fucking Mahal.
What? Jinder Mahal, Bruno, same difference. I just wanted that reaction from Levi.
Even when Edge won the title, it's like, dude, at least it's fucking Edge.
Dude, Lita's tits drew more.
Jinder fucking Mahal!
And I said it, and I said it, and I said it weeks ago, and I'll say it again. Looking back when Jinder won, it was like there were 3 reactions from people. You have people who say, it's nice to see something new, who are well-meaning but brain dead. Then you have people who are just laughing their ass off because they don't give a shit about anything. And then, this is terrible and everybody should be pissed. Why is no one else pissed? I was like in between pissed and laughing because it's like, you're really gonna put the belt on Jinder? I mean, it's hilarious, but why?
I honestly remember the match like
Well,
it was yesterday,
but, yeah.
which I was like, okay, they're gonna have a screw-up finish. But the fact that he won, Jinder fucking Mahal against Randy fucking Orton.
Hey, who are you talking about?
Jinder fucking Mahal! That's Ricky's new catchphrase.
Make that a chime thingy on
sound
your
alert.
sound bite.
Jinder fucking Mahal, WWE champion.
Hey, it's not as bad as David Arquette WCW champion.
Better David Arquette's winnings. He put it to a good cause for charity.
Okay, it's not as bad as Vince Russo WCW champion. See, now you don't know what to think.
God damn it. God damn it.
But while we're on the subject of Jinder as champion, I just want to continue. I just want to fucking continue. I don't care about anything else.
Let's go.
Let's just keep going. It's like you look back on that, you could have done so much more with the Jinder thing. It's like, how about one, have him babyface and not be an elitist anti-American heel, an under-tested superstar and an over-tested angle.
I don't think you can have him as babyface.
Well, you could have gotten away with doing a story where he fluked his way into the title and just make it all about comedy instead of doing the same fucking gimmick we've seen so many times. Especially when they were trying, because we all know the real reason why they put the belt on was to try and get some of the Indian market. And they did it in the wrong way. If you're trying to appeal to the Indian market by having Jinder as your champion, how about portraying him as a babyface? Be the living embodiment of the work hard and the reward will come attitude of those people.
That's what pisses me off the most. Nothing against the person. I mean, I don't know his actual name, but nothing against him. He did what he could do. How he became champion was pissing me off the most. You know?
Having to rely on 2 heel flunkies instead of just...
So, before we get back on the subject of this, Vengeance Day is happening right now for NXT.
Yeah.
Go on Twitter and look up Dijak.
Oh, yeah, I heard something about him breaking his finger.
Oh, just look it up.
Alright. I have a feeling this is going to be brutal to watch. Okay. But, okay. Dijak. Oh, fuck!
Send me the link. I can't find it.
It's on Twitter.
Christ.
Just search Dijak on Twitter.
That looks like something out of Major Pain.
Oh,
not gonna lie.
Using your hands, show us what Sid's leg did. That's basically what it is.
Like, Jesus. That looks... I'm not kidding. That looks like something straight out of fucking the beginning of Major Pain. Hey, you wanna know a little trick to take your mind off that arm? Give me your hand. You're gonna feel a little pressure. Hey, my finger! That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like the beginning of Major Pain.
That's Sid's leg, but in finger form.
Like, God. And then the first picture I saw was on his actual Twitter, giving the bird, showing it off. I was like, Jesus.
Anyway, back to the WWE Championship stuff.
With Jinder.
Ugh.
But yeah,
Jinder what? Ricky, what do you call him?
Jinder fucking Mahal.
Somebody open a Jinder fucking Mahal Twitter account.
Parody account of Jinder Mahal.
Jinder effing Mahal, and every day, Jinder fucking Mahal. Every day.
Where's Zach?
Where
is Herb Abrams' ghost to say
Jinder fucking Mahal?
Either that or saying something else he would say. But anyway, Jinder and the WWE Championship and how great it was.
Putting an under-tested wrestler into an over-tested story. Fucking why? You could have just turned him into an earnest babyface and have the attitude of like, hey, I came in second in the Andre Battle Royal, and now I'm the happiest man in the world, and then he flukes his way into the match and flukes his way into a win over Randy, and then just have his whole run be nothing but about fluke wins or like crazy shit. And
but you're gonna do that with the WWE Championship?
I mean, it's only the only way you could have had Jinder be champion is if you do that, because in the end you would be trying to sell SummerSlam to the Indian market, and could have his title reign into AJ Styles and then run with AJ as champion for that time. And you could have used that as like Jinder learning more moves during this time to use in matches, and then retool him to be a top mid-card star. And hell, if he had gotten better throughout all that, then you could have put him in the main event proper and
rebooking Jinder Mahal
and having him win matches under his own power. There you go. There you go. That's how you fix Jinder Mahal. You have him as a lucky, earnest babyface, and then slowly turn him heel briefly before losing to AJ, and then rebuild his character and have him learn more moves, and then get mid-card belts, and then, hell, if he got over enough, give him the title again and win matches under his own power. There you go. But again, that's if it were another universe. Well, actually...
Oh, God.
How many universes are there?
Infinite.
There's a shit.
Dude, in an alternative universe...
Jinder Mahal's breaking Bruno's record.
Yes, he is still the WWE champion to this day. We are, we'd be 6 years into Jinder Mahal's reign as champion.
The idea of that has now just made me sad.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No. Oh my God.
Dude, in what other alternative universes?
No, in an alternative universe, Jinder Mahal breaks the streak.
Oh God! No, God!
No. In an alternative universe, Giant Gonzalez ends the streak.
I want my mommy. Where's my flight?
No, in an alternative universe, we have the Great Khali versus Giant Gonzalez in a 60-minute Iron Man match, main eventing a WrestleMania.
Oh no, and it's in India.
Somebody get me my bottle.
Oh God. I need an adult.
In an alternative universe, Lana won this year's Royal Rumble match.
Okay, that one I do see it.
No, in an alternative universe, Nia Jax entered #1 in the Royal Rumble and eliminated all 29 women.
Oh, no.
Or an alternative universe, shit, I had her.
No,
what the fuck have we gotten into here?
In an alternative universe, Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali became the tag team champions and are still the champions to this day.
Oh god!
This goes from talking about going from Solo Sikoa winning the Andre Battle Royal to this.
No, in an alternative universe, Manu, Alpha Jr., he becomes the head of the table.
My god,
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh my god, in alternative universe, instead of Sami Zayn, Jinder Mahal is the honorary Uso.
Yeah. Yes. Could you imagine Jinder Mahal as the honorary Uso? Oh, Levi's broken.
I was broken when I heard Ricky say Juniverse. That's why I was like,
oh my god.
Excuse me? What would Terry Funk think of all this? God damn it, I wish Scott was here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think Jinder Mahal is the worst wrestler to ever walk God's green earth. Vince, what the hell were you thinking putting a belt on a jackass?
Oh my god, in an alternative universe, Jinder Mahal wins the Royal Rumble.
Jinder Mahal's a hoe. Put him in the bag.
What does Chris Barnes think of him?
Who?
Jinder Mahal.
I mean, he's getting into Volcano.
I can't hear you. I'm deaf in one ear because of all the shitty vocals I do.
Jinder Mahal. What's your thoughts on him?
Minder Jahal. That's the name of my weed. Vince gave it to me. It's good shit. I can't keep that going.
Oh my god! Instead of AJ Styles winning the title from Mahal, Heath Slater wins the title from Mahal.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I wouldn't mind that. That would be fucking awesome.
Dude, in an alternative universe, the main event of this year's WrestleMania is a 3MB triple threat. With Heath Slater pinning both Jinder and Drew
at the same time.
And what, Hornswoggle's there as the referee?
Oh my god.
No, in an alternative universe, Hornswoggle wins the 2008 Royal Rumble match, goes on to WrestleMania, and beats Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, and goes on a reign that lasts to this very day 15 years later.
God. In an alternate universe, Brock Lesnar gets squashed by Hornswoggle at SummerSlam 2014. Brock's the champ and Hornswoggle just suddenly becomes the Hulk and squashes Brock.
Can you imagine Hornswoggle picking up Brock Lesnar?
No.
I mean, he could. I mean, if Wee Man could pick up Sami Zayn, I think Hornswoggle could pick up Brock.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Hornswoggle WWE champion against Wee Man.
With El Torito as the special enforcer. Oh, god damn it.
I think I broke it.
I think you were broke like an hour ago.
We went from Solo Sikoa winning the Andre Battle Royal to Jinder Mahal and Hornswoggle being the longest reigning WWE champions ever.
Oh my god.
If only.
Jinder Mahal versus Hornswoggle for the WWE Championship in a Russian sickle on a pole match.
Oh god.
I'd cry. I'd fucking cry. Jesus, why?
What's the chat taught? Is the chat saying anything?
Boss just said, oh, this is some shade. An alternate universe where Hangman hits a good buckshot lariat.
Oh, maybe he should ask Logan Paul.
Oh, God.
Mandy Rose has a better V-trigger than Kenny Omega. Fight me.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. If Jinder Mahal is still the WWE champion, from the time we said, he fucking marries Becky Lynch.
And she's Mrs. Jinder Mahal?
Oh my lord, why? Somebody just slammed the door. Someone slammed the door and was like, fuck that.
And does that mean Charlotte is Mrs. Seth Rollins?
I mean... Which then means... Mahal enters the Rumble, the 2020 Rumble. That's number 1.
And wins.
And wins it. Instead of Drew winning it. Which that means I'm going back and I think this is going I'm going more different this motherfucker. Which means Roman's not the champion. He wins, he benches the Rumble. Still but gets fucking eliminated. We have Triple H versus Mahal WrestleMania 32.
Yes! The greatest match ever. Because Mahal wouldn't have been champion that far back. Mahal would have been champion in 2017. Not 2016. But still, he enters the 2020 Rumble and wins.
Chat saying, is there anything else?
Parrot cake.
Oh, my brain.
We broke Levi this week.
No, we broke Ricky. More like it.
Jinder Mahal.
No, Jinder Mahal becomes the first NXT champion.
He beats Seth Rollins.
And is still champion to this day.
10 years later.
So the man known as Yuvraj Singh Desi would be the greatest wrestler of all time, is what you're saying. That's his real name.
Oh, somebody edit his Wikipedia to add in everything we put in.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
That would be Ricky's job. Since he's the one that began to freak out about it.
No,
Jinder fucking Mahal!
No, just somebody put in Jinder Mahal. Higher, bigger draw than Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, God.
What you're hearing right now is the sound of my hopes and dreams dying. I want to kill Jinder.
God was here. I swear, if Scott was here, he would have made this so much painful.
Dude, because he'd have said, you fucking kids. I'm hurt, I'm old, and I'm tired, and I work with fucking children.
I want to kill Jinder's children. I want to kill his grandchildren. You know what? Maybe if I just kill Jinder, he'll take care of those last 2 steps.
Oh, God.
Stealing that quote from my friend Seth. So
where did this Jinder hate come from?
Against the man. I mean, nothing against him.
Yeah, nothing against the man. It was just WWE, the way they booked him was fucking stupid.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm just trying to think more scenarios.
If only this were Jack Daniels, I'd be wasted right now.
I'm trying to think of more scenarios if Jinder Mahal.
Jinder was the face of the Authority. He's the 3rd member of the Shield. He beat CM Punk in Chicago at Money in the Bank.
That I wouldn't be opposed to.
Oh my god, Jinder Mahal does the pipe bomb instead of Punk.
Jinder Mahal stuns Vince in Madison Square Garden.
Okay, now you're taking it too far.
Jinder slams Andre at WrestleMania 3 at 1 year old, or not even a year old.
Jinder 316 says, "I just whipped your ass."
Jinder Mahal is undefeated at WrestleMania. Jinder Mahal becomes the first Money in the Bank winner.
Jinder beats Iron Sheik in Madison Square Garden. It's Jinder Mania.
Jinder Mahal is the first WWE
He wasn't even conceived yet. Unless he were some fucking like time traveling villain, like I don't know, King to Conquer.
Jinder Mahal is Vince McMahon's illegitimate bastard son.
No. Jinder is Vince's actual son.
So you're saying Vince shagged up a woman in India? And
Canada.
Well, an Indian woman in Canada. There you go.
Jinder main events the first Starrcade.
Against Harley.
Oh my god. Jinder Mahal breaks Goldberg's streak.
Jinder Mahal's the third man in the NWO.
Oh my god.
Jinder creates the Four Horsemen.
Jinder is Undertaker's brother.
Oh my god.
Been broken enough. I think I've been broken enough.
And your broken nature's breaking me now.
Jinder and Hulk Hogan main event WrestleMania 7.
Jinder Mahal's been world champion for 20 years.
Jinder Mahal main event of the first episode of Raw.
And
Jinder ends Bruno's run as champion, and is champion ever since. Take over 50 years as champion.
Jinder Mahal leaves WWE with the title to WCW.
Jinder invents pro wrestling.
Jinder Mahal is behind Montreal.
Jinder invented the universe. No, you can't beat that.
Can somebody get me my baby bottle, please? Because I don't know what else I can do.
Hey, Levi. Jinder is your father.
He had to have shagged up an albino white woman for me to look this pale. Jinder is Jinder. There. And with that, I'm cutting everybody off before I...
Jinder marries Scarlett Bordeaux.
Oh. Oh, you just broke Levi. Oh, God.
Anyways, next, Levi, next week's episode.
Levi? Oh, God. He's gonna choppy pee-pee!
Damn! damn it!
Oh God!
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
What to do? What to do? How do I track down the man they call Gender?
Oh my God!
So I'm gonna rewatch the entire hour after this, and I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
We have taken stuff from the Candyland stash. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Anyways, so I think after going through the biggest rabbit hole in the history of rabbit holes,
Gender invents the universe.
Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna recover from tonight, but that's a whole nother topic. So as far as the rest of the schedule for this month, next week, probably going to be Scott and I for the most part, as I'm going to be doing a rebooking of Roman Reigns from post-Shield breakup through WrestleMania 32 principally. And you'll find out what next week. As far as after that, we're going to be doing No Way Out 2003. Wow.
Number 8?
Yes. Hey, there you go. You finally did it right. Anyways, and then ending the month. Man, I have nothing left. I have nothing left.
I have broken Levi.
Anyways, and then.
Wonderful, yeah.
Don't be shocked if you see half of my hair is white next week. But anyways.
Because now he has the image of Gender and Scarlet bumping uglies.
Where is he? And then ending February, we're going to be doing a retrospective on Ron Simmons' WCW run. And then it's WrestleMania time in March, so there you go. But before we go, plug time, James.
Subscribe to me on my channel, We Are Pro Wrestling. Follow me on Twitter at WAPW_wrestling. Follow me on Instagram at We Are Pro Wrestling _YT.
Richard.
Follow me on my YouTube channel at Horror Master. You can follow me on my Instagram at Uncle Roman Meruga. You can follow me on my Twitter at HorrorMaster18. And you can catch me on Levi's channel doing both Shadow Kvlt and the Horseman Podcast.
Whew. All right. Hopefully I still have some sanity left to finish. You can find you're watching me on God damn it. Watch me on YouTube, ThrashManiac99. I am actually currently a couple subs away from 3,600 to getting close to the 4,000 mark. This morning I posted my review of the new Memoriam album, so for you Bolt Thrower fans, there you go. I already got my next review coming out tomorrow morning for Sanguisugabog, Columbus Brutal Death Metal, so fucked up shit. Don't, I warn you, proceed with caution. If you ever watched their music video for the song Face Ripped Off, best not to eat anything beforehand. So, just a fair warning on that. But speaking of the Horseman podcast, this Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, we got another interview set up, and we're still working on trying to get John McEntee, but that will eventually come. But a guaranteed one for Monday night. We're going to be interviewing drummer extraordinaire, Banger TV reviewer, drummer of Vesperia, and most recently drummed on Malice Divine's new album, Dylan Gowan. So we're going to be probably nerding out about death metal and prog the whole time.
Yeah.
So
pretty much Opeth.
Yeah, we're going to be nerding out about Opeth a lot, probably. So that's going to be fun. But as far as what else coming up, under the radar this week as per usual. Coming out this month will be my ranking of all 7 Avenged Sevenfold albums, since that's the next ranking I'm doing. Then after that, haven't decided on what band that I've announced for this year that I'm going to do next. Could be Mayhem, could be Iron Maiden, could be Anthrax, you just don't know. But that's all on the YouTube side. You can follow me on Instagram at thrashmaniac_YT, and finally follow and or subscribe to me on Twitch at thrashmaniac99. Where if you subscribe, you might get a special sound. Just saying.
Fucking ball! That's the sound you're gonna get.
No, that'll be the sound for whenever somebody raids.
You're gonna have Scarlet say
fucking Mahal.
No, you're gonna have Scarlet say "Oh, gender." Hi.
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 What?
Wow. We smoked a lot of crack.
Oh, more like we were doing a lot of fucking LSD, more like.
It's
LSD mixed with meth. There you go.
We were tigers on angel dust.
Son of a bitch. Anyways, before I fucking decide to take that fucking pole and ram it up my ass, we'll see you next week. Ah! I'm done.
Bye.